So, dear friends, both people, and I'm not going to say suffering from dementia, but having memory disabling conditions and their relatives, all you coming from the member state national organizations, researchers, members of the parliament, wholeheartedly welcome. And I think that we all have been expecting this situation and possibility to last come together after COVID-19, to share our thoughts, build new friendships and connections, and find new avenues in the work for better life for people with neurological disorders and memory disabling diseases. But it is not only doom and gloom, as you know. We do have a lot of new opportunities when it comes to ethics, when it comes to research, when it comes to cure, when it comes to living conditions. And today we are going to concentrate in, someone needs to fix this for the presenter. I'm very good in breaking, not fixing things. Anyway, the big data and artificial intelligence represent one of this decade's biggest opportunities to make real progress in healing many conditions and health challenges, from cancers to NCDs, and especially on memory disabling diseases and neurological conditions. And then if you can join all that knowledge base across the basic science, clinical trials, and the development of treatments for people living with these conditions, one can imagine how fast the learning curve is going to be. And think of, let's say Finland, for example, with 5 million people. If we do it alone, it is very scarce information. But if we do it together in the Europe, where we have close to 500 million people, it is altogether different kind of a results and speed of finding new innovations. The amount of data that is produced daily is considerable, and it is increasing all of the time, from research, from daily lives, from equipment, but also from our livelihoods and everyday livings, what we consume, how do we smoke or drink, and do we go to gym, and what do we eat, and how much do we socialize and look, watch TV and read books and whatever. And all that can build a substantial base of knowledge. And it is our own devices that can bring this digitalization of health records, and yet fraction of it is even analyzed or even planned to be analyzed at the moment. So we must take better use of this data, and we have to ensure that the resources and the infrastructure is in place to capitalize this information for the benefit of the people. And of course, this means also the key to in one of these days to finding a cure and maybe a totally preventive actions. Research in all of the health and other fields, and of course in this field too, is examining the potential of artificial intelligence to predict whether someone is developing the conditions, what are the different steps in progression, what kind of a linkage with other diseases or genotypes types there is. And this holds a great potential for the development of different kind of treatments and management of the conditions, instead of this kind of a bit of haphazard, blind-eyed way what we need to do nowadays, just experiment in different kind of a medication, as you know, and then you sooner or later find hopefully one that works well. But on the other hand, progress in this area brings new challenges for how these systems are used. a great resource of very personal knowledge about people, their behaviors, their genome, their offsprings, and all of this. So we need to ensure that the analysis of these big data sets is enough robust and the personal privacy is in all conditions kept. And the another, can I give you this broken thing? That the findings are for the benefit of research, for the benefit of the people themselves, as well as for the bigger picture for the future. But we need to ensure with the better regulation that the personality is in safe and the artificial intelligence is and its use is safe to sensitive personal data, whatever type it is, because we do not want to, for example, our insurances to be based on our genome or our risks of everyday life behaviors or whatever that is. So this is something that needs to be balanced and to be kept in mind. Where the drug development and health technologies are concerned, this European medicine agencies and this data space, as well as the national initiatives and agencies, have very vital role to play to adapt to these changes in the health and research landscape and regulation. And while doing this, we have to remember the golden rule: nothing about us without us. This is a development that needs the NGOs like Alzheimer's associations to be involved, and it needs the people with the condition of themselves to be consulted and to be part of the process. Otherwise, we are going to get it wrong. Well, furthermore, we must be very mindful on the need of the possibilities of this technological of these technologies and the rights and wishes of individuals, that they are differing. You can't predict my priorities to be the same as Jean-Georges's, because he might be more open and liberal or more restricted or conservative, that matter, about that knowledge. So a personal consent is something that we need to develop on place on here. Well, I'm very eagerly waiting for this discussion. We have a whole array of wonderful speakers with us today. How to tackle these many challenges and opportunities, of course, in medicine, in background information, but also in everyday life when we create the betterment and improvement of the living conditions. And what are the advances of the big data and what the EU can do in this role? So before we go to our speakers, and we start with the research perspective and harnessing the power of health data using artificial intelligence and Petra Ritter, we'll start with one video, a short video from Mrs. Clune, who couldn't unfortunately join, that she regretted. And she asked us to present her best regards to our lunch by this video clip. So let's turn to hear her opening contribution.